Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you present here. So today we are here with our financial management orientation, wherein we'll be walking you through, our classes, what to expect in an FM paper. We are also going to be discussing a study plan which you can follow for preparing for your March examination. So the tutor is Nishta, and she is a chartered accountant and she's a CFA. So she is going to be taking the session and also all of your classes. So now over to Nishta, who's going to also be, introducing herself and going to be explaining how the classes are going to go on.
Hello, friends. Thank you, Megha, for introducing me so nicely. So, as Megha said, yes, of course, I have cleared all the three levels of CFA, and I'm a qualified chartered accountant also, and I have accomplished an illustrated career of 8+ area in portfolio management with a well-known broker, and 4 year plus in financial management also. In fact, since last 4 years, 4 years, I'm giving assistance to many of the CFA and management aspirants in this field only, in the field of financial management. Okay, let's proceed further. So today we are gathered to understand why about the ACCA financial management paper, syllabus, course, how we will proceed it, why it is important, many things. Okay, we will in next few minutes we are going to discuss many things about the financial management. Okay, so before doing that, I just want to highlight you things that why the financial management is important, why this is in highlights these days so much. Okay, because you everyone matlab, you all must know about the stock market, about the stocks, about the equities, about the businesses, about the companies. Okay, and they are hiring, and the recruitment in the finance field has increased tremendously in the recent years. So that's why the importance of financial management has gained a lot. Okay, so basically after doing this course, or you will be able to do some kind of matlab you are you core skills of finance professionals. You can assist the companies in strategic decision making, where to invest, why to invest. You can have a career advancement also. Okay, you will have a global recognition as a finance controller, as a finance manager. You may apply to jobs like financial analyst, investment analyst, corporate finance manager, finance controller. Okay, so these all jobs are very reputed jobs in any of the firms. Okay, and after doing this course from the ACA, believe me, you will be very confident in doing all these jobs. Okay, because you will be very comfortable with the concepts, you will be very comfortable with the how to apply those concepts, how to apply and how to foresee all the future possibilities in the finance field. Because see, this is a very basic fact. If you are a good analyst, if you are a good finance manager, okay, you can multiply your money, you can multiply your enterprise money into many folds. Okay, this is all about a good decision, a logical decision. Okay, so these are the importance of the financial management these days, and these days it rose up like anything. Okay, so it's a good choice to have this course. Okay, now secondly, let's come to the syllabus. Now we have understand what are the scope of this financial management paper. Okay, now let's understand what is the paper pattern. After all, after clearing this paper only, you'll get to know what are the what are the scopes of the financial management. Before that, you need to understand the paper pattern. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so basically now come to the examination point. Ooh, it's really scary, right? No, don't worry. No need to be scary. It's very practical, but yet theoretical, but yet very understanding. Matlab, you can relate it with your daily life. You can relate it with your money. You can relate it with your matlab, everything which happens in the economy, in our economy. So it's very practical and very, most importantly, it's very interesting. See, when it comes to multiplying your money, it becomes interesting automatically. I think so. Right? Right, students? Okay. So basically, this paper comprises of three sections. Okay. Section A, Section B, and Section C. Okay. In Section A, yeah, see, as the slides is showing, there are 15 objective type questions. Okay, carrying 2 marks each. Okay, and the whole section consists of 30 marks. Okay, so section A consists of 15 individual objective type questions. Okay, it's objective type questions. I'll come on briefing each section later on. Just let me introduce all these three sections. Sorry. Then comes the section B. So section B, how they did is that they bifurcated. It also consists of 15 questions, but how the 15 questions are not independent. They are basically three cases. And in each cases, they will ask five questions. On depending on each case, they will ask five questions. It can be practical, it can be narrative, it can be calculative, okay, no matter. But the questions, the five questions, the set of five questions will be based on the case given. Okay, I'll show you the screen also how the paper looks like. Okay, now section C, very important and little uh, little subjective also, but the most important part of section C is that you will have a step marking. Okay, now comes to the first format of the section C. Section C consists of two case scenarios carrying 20 marks each, that subjective answers. Okay, there are two cases only. You will get questions on those two cases, and you have to, with the use of spreadsheets and word, you need to solve those questions and present your opinion also. Okay, you have to construct your opinion also. So basically, how the finance manager works, or how the financial analyst proposes the projects or any investment appraisals, it show it all lies that foundation. Okay, so section C is very important. It's scoring also. Matlab, you must be thinking, yeah, section A and B, these are objective, these are scoring. Section C has so many problems. But mind my words, students, section C is very, very, very scoring. Why? Because in section A and B, if you commit a mistake, if you choose a wrong option, the whole answer will be wrong and you will not get anything from that question. But in section C, if there's a step marking on each step, okay, on each step, and in my course, you will understand, you will approach to each step so systematically that it will look like, oh, yes, I can do this. First, this calculation, after this, then narration, everything. I'll make you learn every step so smoothly that you will be so confident in doing section C. Okay, so see, I'm not scared here. You all don't get scared. We'll do these three sections so smoothly in our course that after completing the course with me, you will be very comfortable with the concepts, with the questions, with the paper pattern, everything. So basically, these are three sections, and 30 marks, 30 marks, and 40 marks. Okay, all these two questions are OT based, but still it comprises calculation and explanation based questions, means theory based questions also. It's not that all the time you will have to calculate some figures and you have to answer the things. No, it can be a theory based questions, and many students face problem in facing these explanation based questions. Okay, so I'll make you comfortable with explain theory base. I'll make you more and more questions depending on the theory. Okay, because recent papers have come, and they are coming with 50% of both of these sections to be explanation based questions. 50%. Okay, it's not one or two questions, it's 50% questions are coming from the explanation based questions. So the figures are like this ki you have to be you have to be your concepts to be very clear. Okay, and the things will go smoothly, don't worry about that. I'll make you so comfortable with the concepts that you need not to worry about those explanation part. Okay. Again, section C consists of 40 marks, highest amongst all the sections, and it consists of two cases, and you will get the step marking, and it's a constructive response. You will use spreadsheets along with the word. Okay, okay. The passing mark of for all ACCA qualification examination is 50%. That you must all know. Okay, 50%. Matlab if you score, but believe my students, don't target it 50%. Okay, don't target, okay, I'll attempt 65%, because many students before starting my classes now they come, oh ma'am, please make us so much comfortable that okay, 65% I'll be attempt the paper. No, 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 no. My motive, is completely that you will score above 80 to 85%. Okay, your scorecard will be so good that after doing this course, if you join anywhere, your scorecard will explain how conceptual good you are. Okay, and that happens only if your concepts are good. Okay, if you have a good foundation in problem solving. Okay, so my simple motive is not 50%. My simple motive is to make you score about 80 or 85% by doing more and more questionnaires sessions, doubt solving sessions, along with the concept based. Okay, now coming to the, these all we have discussed. Pass rate. So recent 5 attempts I am having, and it's 52%. This is pass rate of ACCA Institute. Although we have a good pass rate, better than these, but we can't compare it one on one, because obviously ACCA Institute has so many students in their hands, but we have few of them. Okay, but yes, of course, our results are far better than these results. These results are of ACC institutes, and we have around 30% margin of from these percentage wise. Okay, okay. Most important, syllabus. Okay, this is the, you should matlab, up till now I discussed the paper pattern, I discussed some concepts also. Now, thing is that what all are there in syllabus? Okay, what we need to study. Okay, so syllabus basically this syllabus. If I have bifurcated into 5 topics. Okay, so syllabus. So for a let's now step into the shoes of a finance manager. You are, for example, you become a finance analyst of a company, of an investing company. Okay, you have some funds. Okay, now you want to invest it somewhere. You have many proposals with you. How? But you can't invest in all those proposals. Although obviously money constraint, every proposal has its initial investment value, so you can't invest, but you have to opt best one that will yield your enterprise value in future. Okay, so what you will do, you will do investment appraisal. Okay, you will evaluate pros and cons of each investment. Okay, pros and cons in terms of NPV. Okay, in terms of IRR, in terms of payback, and in terms of many other such tools. Okay, which we will learn in these six in these, sorry, 5 chapters. Okay, so in these 5 chapters we are going to understand the investment appraisal, how to do that, how to evaluate each project in terms of their returns. Okay, and whether the company is viable to do those projects or to do those investments. Okay, so we are going to understand investment appraisals. This chapter beta, now I discussed the contents. Okay, believe me, this chapter is the most important. Take an approx you'll get 40 marks questions from this chapter. One case study, matlab probability of one case study in section C always comes from this section. 20 marks, 20 marker case study, 20 marker case study will always matlab probability of coming of this case study 20 marks is from this section. So this section is very 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 important. 3 stars to this section because this is very important, and it lays the foundation of any finance controller. You will be coming with so many finance terms and calculation behind those finance terms. And in fact, if you want to do some kind of calculation yourself also for your finance also, you are going to get so much knowledge and concepts in this segment. Okay, now second, okay, you selected the investment. Okay, now after that, source of finance, from where you will get the finance. Okay, what will be the cost of those finance. Okay, for example, you want to invest in particular company. Okay, so you will say, yeah, I don't have so much fund. Okay, I'll ask my father. Father says, hey, you are doing job, why don't you invest your money? He said, Papa, I have already invested my money. Now I want more money because I think this share will go higher. As per my investment, as per my analysis, and as per my calculations, I think this share will go higher. Papa says, see, beta, you want to invest, you want to earn, that's good, but I also need a return out of it. Okay, I'll not give you money as it is. I want a interest. So what interest is that? That is cost of that debt. That problem, source of finance, we will deal in this segment. Sources of finance. So, the example which I gave you, it must be relative to your personal life. Okay, but financial management is not about an individual. It is about companies. It is about calculations. It is about big funds. Okay, now point is that a company, the sources of finance for a company, for enterprises, you know, equity, debt, debentures. There are various kinds of equities also. You can use retained earning also, you can use right issues to fund those. So many parts, many bifurcations are there for the sources of fund. Debt debt from a bank, debt from an open market. So many, and every finance has its cost associated with it. Okay, cost of interest, cost of, and you will opt, obviously for example, in your individual terms, you have mummy and you have father and your mother. Okay, father says, see, I want 10% interest from you. Mother will say, oh, after out of his motherhood, she says, okay beta, you can give me 8% interest. Which option you will opt? Obviously mother. Okay, so in the finance field also, you will have many sources of finance. You have to opt the one which has a low cost of capital, and after that means you have to gather that option, you have to calculate those things. Okay, and then dividend policies, cost of, so these are, and most importantly, in after going to the concepts of this finance, taken up, we will understand WACC, WACC. Okay, what is WACC? Can anyone give me the full form of this WACC? Okay, you can write the answer in the message box, in the chat box. Okay, some students are trying to write. Okay, so WACC is basically weighted average cost of capital. Okay, right. It is weighted average cost of capital, and it is very important in the financial world. Okay, because once you understand, okay, once like in an individual case, I understand, okay, my WACC is 8%. At least on my return I should have more than this 8%. Okay, because my cost of capital is 8%. What if my investment proposal, my investment is giving me 6%, I will be in a loss. Okay, so my WACC is important to consider the viability of your investment. Okay, so this is the importance of this segment, and this is called sources of finance, including WACC. WACC means weighted average cost of capital. Right, right. We are taking questions in the end of the sessions. Don't worry about it. Okay. Nice. After that, okay, sources of finance. These are something long-term finance. Now, here comes the next segment. That is WC. WC means working capital. Working capital is something which is day-to-day life. Okay. Okay, if we eat something, then only we can do our basic work, right? Sorry. So if we don't eat something, then how we will proceed? Likewise, in the business also, day-to-day operations have to be so efficient that you will be available with cash all the time. For example, a business gives a good terms to increase its sales. To increase its sales, it gives good credit terms to its customers. Credit terms means it gives 2 months credit to customer. Matlab, if any customer purchases any product from the business, from the enterprise, from the company, so he can give the money in 2 months, after 2 months. So the credit term will be 2 months. But it means, what does it means? The company will receive the amount after 2 months, but it has to give his employee's salary within a month. Okay, if it has to give short term cash requirement funds, okay, where will that cash come? Okay, that is working capital. That is working capital that a company uh, needs to have. Okay. Okay, students, let me understand the level of your knowledge. Let me give you one more question. Do you mean what do you mean by there's a formula, well-known formula of the working capital? Can anyone give in the chat box what is the working capital formula of the working capital? Yes, of course. This is current assets minus current liabilities. Okay, that is current assets minus current liabilities. This is working capital. So in this segment we are going to read about current capital and current liabilities, about the working capital management. Okay, about the accounts receivable. Okay, about the credit terms we should give, so that the company will be having so much fun that it can regulate its day-to-day operations. See, liquidity risk you must have all heard. Okay, point of all the business is that no matter you don't have profit, okay, you are going on break even. Okay, but point is that you must be cash rich, you must be liquidity rich. It's not like that ki in every second day you are facing a crunch, okay, of doing the things, of doing day to day operations. That will be the worst part of any business. Okay, that business cannot sustain for no longer if it does not have daily cash to operate. Okay, because opportunity will be lost then in that way. So working capital management is very important for sustainability of any business. So in this section we are going to read about that working capital management. Now comes now comes the risk factor, because of course we are not immune. Okay, we live in an environment, we live in an environment where the external factors influences so much things. Okay, so risk, how to calculate this, obviously we have some expected risk. For example, just your language. I know my exam is on March. Okay, I know there's a function in a February, family function in a February. Okay, I understand, yeah. No, I could not study for last 10 days. Okay, the risk of losing the exam is high because last 10 days are very important. So what I'll do, I'll make some provisions in the starting of the day, in the starting of the period. I'll do more hard work, more study in the starting of the period to get compensated for that 10 days, because that is something expected. Okay, that is something visible, that yes, you cannot concentrate on last 10 days. Okay, so how you, there is a risk, but you hedge that risk by studying more in the initial period. Okay, likewise in the businesses also there are many risks. Okay, in this syllabus we are going to basically deal with two type of risk, that is currency risk, that is exchange rate risk. Okay, and second is interest rate risk. Okay, we are going to deal, because in business, in the macro level, in the business, currency risk is very important. Okay, if you have, for example, uh, if you belong to a country where the currency is depreciating every month. Okay, so for paying the ACCA fees, initially you asked your father, "So, Papa, please pay me this amount. For example, 1,000. For example, 10,000 INR." This is an example. Obviously, this is not the fees of the ACCA financial. Just an example. Okay, the father says, "See, beta, I don't have right now. I'll give you a month later." So you said, "Okay, Papa, it's okay." Taken a month later, Papa came to the son and said, "See, take this one 10,000 and go apply for the ACC exam." The son says, "No, Papa, now exchange rate has differ. Okay, our rupee has depreciated. So I need 12,000. Now I need 12,000. Okay, why 12,000? Why 2,000 more? Because the rupee has depreciated in terms of the UK euro. Okay, so this depreciation, some are expected currency falls and some are unexpected due to external factors, like for example some war held or something. That is a different scenario. But yes, of course you can expect a certain amount of accuracy, that yes, the currency will depreciate like this, because the calculation of currency comes after so many economic calculation, and that is quite viable to look. But point is that when some risk is visible, you can hedge means you can cover that risk, by doing opposite things. Okay, by investing into various instruments. Okay, so how to deal with such risk? Expected risk. My word expected is very important, because we can't handle unexpected events, but we can handle expected risk, and we should handle expected risk. Okay, so point is that these expected risks we can handle through various instruments. We can basically hedge. You must have come across that word, hedging. Okay, so you can hedge those risks with various instruments. Likewise, interest rate risk. If you take a loan today, and what if the interest rates fall? Okay, you are paying high. Okay, so what I'll do, if I'm expecting that the interest rate will go low in the future, which many of the analysts, many of the research reports suggest. Okay, so if I'm expecting the interest rate will go lower because inflation is going high, and there's no investment in the, so interest rates go low. So what will I do? I'll go into floating rate loans. Okay, so that my rates get adjusted as soon as they will go low. Or I'll do some other interest rate hedging instruments. Okay, so in this segment we are going to receive those questions, those concepts. Okay, now business valuation. This is something which is very interesting. I found it very interesting. It's like matlab, damn interesting part thing. Okay, although it does not have that weightage, but it's very interesting because it's basically uh, have you heard about the mergers and accusations? Have you heard about the uh, um, accusations? Okay, so basically for those mergers and accusations and M&A, the the companies used to thoroughly evaluate the other company on different parameters. For example, asset based valuation, for example, discounted cash flow valuations, for example, income based valuations. And they decide a acquisition price which they should offer to acquire that company. There is a synergy effect also after mergers and acquisitions. Okay, so those calculations, those concepts, we will get to know from out of this segment, out of this business valuation and market efficiency and financial ratios. Okay, so we'll understand those things. It is very important to have it, and it's very interesting also. Okay, so basically these are the syllabus. I have bifurcated into uh, five parts. So basically, now comes to our class schedule. I have explained you how the syllabus of the investment management looks like. Okay, now how will I proceed with all these topics in our classes along with in these 2 months period. Okay, so basically we'll start our classes from 20th, and this is a time schedule which I'm going to follow, so that you can complete with a quite revision also. Okay, because at the last of every segment, I'll have a 1 hour doubt solving questions. Okay, 1 hour doubt solving sessions in every at the end of the every session. Okay, that will revise your concepts. Okay, so if you have any kind of problems, you can have it. Okay, so basically starting from this so basically the syllabus has been bifurcated into 5 options: investment appraisals, that I told you; working capital; risk management; business finance, that is sources of finance and WACC; and business valuation, market efficiencies. Okay, the investment appraisal comprises of chapter 2 to 6, and I'll complete it in 2 weeks. Timing will be 20th December to 4th Jan. Okay, so these will be and okay, after that I'll touch working capital. Okay, that comprises of 7 to 10 chapters, and that I'll complete in 1.5 week. That is 5th Jan to 16th Jan. Okay, and then after that I want to have our first mock test of on 17th Jan. Okay, which will comprise the questions of both. And believe me, don't miss these mock tests, because this is a kind of revision of your concepts, and this is a kind of evaluation of mine also, to evaluate which student is doing which mistake, how to emphasize that mistake. Because see, the motive of all these classes for you and for me is to make you clear the subject with your concepts sound, with a sound concepts. It's not about clearing the exam, it's about clearing the exam with a good understanding and with a good conceptual base. Okay, because in future you're going, these are very practical, and you're going to face these concepts again and again in your career life. Okay, so concepts should be very clear. Okay, after that I'll go to risk management. Again, 1.5 week I'll take, and I'll complete it by 30th January. Then business finance, that is sources of finance. This is very important chapter, and then I'll cover it in 2 weeks. That is till 15th January, then 15th Feb. After that, business valuations and market efficiency. Although it's important, but it constitutes a little less part of the syllabus. So I'll I'll focus on this for half a week. That is, I'll do 4 days classes in this. Then after that, mock test. So basically, we are going to complete our course by 19th Feb. You're going to have your exam in first week of your March. Okay, by 19th Feb, with one revision sessions on each segment. Okay, we are going to complete a course. So you have good 15 days time to revise your concepts again. Okay, to again doing the things. Okay, so by 20th Feb we are going to come 19th Feb we are going to complete. After 20th Feb to 28th Feb we are going to we are going to conduct four classes, four mock test classes. Well, sorry, four mock test. Okay, and these are 100 marker test, comprises of all three sections A, B, and C. Got my point? Okay, so these are six mock tests we are offering you with our course. Okay, and these are very important to have. And along with these mock test, I'll keep giving you I'll keep giving you worksheets, so that you can have your revision intact. Got it? Okay. Okay. So this is the end of my explanation. Now I want to hand over to Megha to explain you more how the classes will go, and then at the end we will have our questionnaire sessions.
Thank you, Nishta. Thank you so much for such a wonderful and a detailed explanation. I think gave a lot of clarity in terms of syllabus, what to focus on, what not to focus on. So yes, very good. Now, guys, moving on to our classes. So I think that, you have got a great idea about what we're going to be covering in our classes, how questions would be solved, what we're going to focus on, how to prepare for your examination, all of that. Uh, in addition to that, so these are the things that we offer. As you know that all classes are going to be live online classes. You are going to get recordings of all the classes, so in case you miss any class, recordings will be available, and this will be available for 6 months. So let's say you do not appear in the March attempt or something goes wrong, you always have these recordings with you for the next 3 months also. We already have met our expert tutor. She's a CFA qualified guy. CFA is the highest, qualification in financial management. So she has that qualification. We are going to have doubt sessions, like I think Nishta already mentioned. After each of those five syllabus breakdown, you're going to have a doubt session. Even other than that, if you have any doubts, you can ask her in class, post class. There is no problem with that. You have a 24-hour support, so you can always reach out to her on WhatsApp, so your doubts can also get solved on a real time basis. We have mock test already put in the plan. There are going to be six mock tests, which are really good to give you you know preparing you for the examination. We are going to be providing you with notes, which will help you at the last minute for revision or to get you concept clarity. These notes are going to be very, very helpful. And you have personalized guidance. You can reach out to Nishta, or you can reach out to me for any kind of issues wherever you're getting stuck. And guys, we do not charge any fees for the next attempt. So in case you are not writing in March and you want to, continue in June with FM, then you get all these support. So you have the notes, you have the tutor support, doubt sessions, mock test, all of that for next one attempt also. Classes are going to be interactive, because these are all live classes. You can interact with the tutor. It's not going to be one sided, and we are flexible with the timings. So timings is decided based on everyone's suitability. It's not like any change every day, but once we decide the timing based on everyone's convenience, and then the classes will be scheduled accordingly. Thank you everyone for joining in. Hope you've got a great insight on how the financial management classes would look like, what to expect in the examination, how to prepare, and wishing you all the very best for your examination. And we are always there to help you and assist you with your ACCA preparation.